we're back, and as promised, we've got a special guest. Special guest, would you like to introduce yourself, please?
Hey, good evening, world. Good morning, world. Good afternoon, world. Good whatever time of the day, wherever you are on this big, wide globe. My name is DeVaré, and I'm happy to have you listening to what I've got to say. Portrays, what you say? We're going to entertain them this evening or what?
Oh, always got them vibes flowing. Always.
All right, so let's do this, man. Let's do this.
So, for the people who don't know, you're a reggae artist and you're based in Jamaica. Is that correct?
Yeah, the main base is in Jamaica, but the truth about it is that I'm international because I travel. I've been to England twice. You know, I get around a little bit, but yeah, this is home.
Yeah, home.
Jamaica
back home.
is home.
You're in Jamaica now. I was just speaking off air there. You just tell me a little bit about the weather out there today. Got a bit of rain and wind over there, bit of cool breeze.
Yeah, we got a nice little breeze. Where I live, it's close to the ocean, so we generally have a nice sea breeze coming in. But on this day, we've got a bit of overcast and some rain coming out of the hills, so it's a little bit cooler than the general day. Let me see. If I was to go Celsius, I'd say about 25, 27 Celsius. But somewhere 77, 78 Fahrenheit, something like that.
Well, that's still warm. We're getting -3 here at the moment, so it's pretty cold here. We're getting a bit of snow. Yeah, exactly. I tell you what, I used to be able to handle it well, but I went to Jamaica on my honeymoon a couple of years ago, and ever since I've been to Jamaica, I can't actually handle a cold anymore. So it's.
Oh Lord, man, let me tell you, I've got island blood, bro. The cold is just not for me. It's not like I can't tolerate it if I had to, but then my mind is gonna always be like, get to where it's warm. Just hurry up and get to where it's warm.
Yeah, that's it, innit? That's it. Can't fault you. But just as you were saying there, obviously you're based in Jamaica, but you call yourself like an international reggae artist. You've been around, you've explored a lot. So can you tell us a bit more about the gigs you've been on around Europe and stuff?
Actually, it's not so much gigging. What happened is when I was younger, my grandmother filed for my father and all his kids under 21, and I qualified.
Right.
So I had the opportunity to go to the USA, right?
Yep.
But here's the thing. Remember I just said home is where the heart is?
Yeah.
So for me, Jamaica was always home. So of the 30 years that I spent in the US, halfway there, I started to reintegrate myself.
Yeah.
I wanted to be home. I wanted to have a real deep root connection. So I set up shop, so to speak, back in Jamaica. So put it like this now. My kids are big. You get what I'm saying?
Yep.
So my hands are a little bit untied. So I can up and come to Jamaica. And musically now, why I took so long to answer this question, because I'm answering you multifolded, right?
Yep.
So what happens is musically, I dedicate myself to music strictly out of Jamaica, brother. I don't do music anyplace else. You will not see me behind a microphone in any other place except in Jamaica.
Sick. So is there any real reason for that, or is it just like you say, because that's the roots, isn't it? That's a home, that's where the vibe is.
That you hit the nail right on the head, brother. That's the authenticity. Here's what it is for the layman. For who knows music would understand it, but for the layman, this is how it works.
Yeah.
When you're playing music off of a chart, you're reading and playing.
Yeah.
It's a different feel from when you're playing from feel only.
Oh, absolutely.
You understand what I'm saying now?
No, I'm
so
sorry,
you get that authentic reggae feel and the authentic reggae sound only from Jamaica. You will never, I don't care who you are, you will never get it from any place else. No, that bars England, because my style of music, that rock steady, that lovers rock, as a matter of fact, rock steady wasn't born in Jamaica, you know. I'm not going to claim something that's not ours.
Yeah.
Rocksteady, which is a branch off of the reggae music itself, was born in London, England.
London, yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? Yeah, so you will get that there. You have some not only Jamaican musicians, I'm not going to lie, not only Jamaican musicians, but you have some musicians that play off of feel and play off of ear in England. Yeah. But I don't think it's really like that anyplace else.
No, I mean, you're right there. Like you say, you play a lot of feel, and like I was just listening to a couple of your tracks there that we're just playing to the listeners, and it's quite based around love. Is it like so? I mean, is there a storyline behind that? Is there a certain woman tugging on DeVaré's heartstrings, or?
No, not necessarily. What happened with me is I get inspired. I have a gift that I interpret what I see and what I hear with a different thing. It's almost like I interject myself into the situation.
Yeah.
So it doesn't necessarily mean it's a personal situation. Personal because I've experienced it. I either saw it or heard it or felt it on some level. But generally speaking, in my songs, I never talk about myself.
Right. So it's more of what you've seen and your perspective on things.
Yeah. It's my perspective on what goes on around me. Yes.
Yeah, well, that's real interesting, and I'm really glad, obviously, you said that, because obviously a lot of other artists like prefer to obviously talk about themselves, what they're going through. That's how they find inspiration. So it's good getting your perspective and how you find your inspiration and stuff like that. It's good with hearing that. So
But I'm gonna tell you a secret, Prod. I'm gonna tell you a secret.
Oh, all right, go on then.
I don't look for inspiration, it looks for me.
Yeah.
It comes wherever and whenever, and it takes over anything that I'm doing. It's almost like I can't focus.
No,
Because
I
this thing,
understand.
for instance, I'm sitting over my favorite plate of food, right? And I just can't taste this food.
Yeah.
I'm eating, and it's like I'm not here. I'll zone out, I'll space out, or whatever, because this thing is blocking and it's knocking on the door really hard. Hey, me, over here. Hello, I pay attention, over here. And that's how it is. So that is how my gift came. You understand?
No, I do
most
understand
other people know, yeah, man, they go to the studio, they listen to a beat, they build a vibe around the beat, and they write something to it. I never got that gift.
Yeah.
Never
No,
done that
I
one.
totally feel it. I find as well, like, a lot of the time, because I produce music myself mainly, it's more like rap, UK rap, grime stuff. But I found, like, I produce my best stuff when I've just woken up on the morning and, like, you know, you got loads of million things rushing through your head. And, like, for me, like, I just have to get in the studio and I'll just be in here for, like, half a day and, like, I'll come out with my best stuff then. So I suppose it's a similar kind of thing.
It's the similar kind of thing. You know what? Yesterday, what you just said is almost that you spent the day in my body. Bro,
Yeah.
I woke up and I had this drive, okay? When I opened my eyes, it was way too early. I didn't care. I decided that if this is what it is, I'm going to go to the studio and I'm going to sit there and wait until everybody get there. And the moment I got in, it's like I was rushing to get into the booth.
Yeah.
2 takes. One of them was fixing like words that don't pronounce clearly over a microphone, words with a K in it or words with a P in it or something like that. Like if you're going to say hope, you have to pronounce the P. Or if it doesn't, it sounds like you say ho. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
so with experience, you know exactly what I'm talking about. 2 takes, Prod, 2 takes. That's all it was. And the song is like, I don't know if there's anything that is perfect on earth, but if there is, that song is.
Yes, I can't wait to hear that. So when will that be out then? Can we get a listen to that sometime?
I'll give you, here's what. Because it's for the fans, I'll definitely give you. Okay?
Yes,
So here's how that song goes. Here's how the lyrics goes. It goes like this. Listen to the cry of people in the street. There's a frown on the face of everyone you meet. They're saying that times have changed and this whole world is rearranged. Man, you just can't feed your family on minimum wage. Yet you go to work every day, knowing you already spent your pay. You cling real tight to home, even though you know your pocket's broke. But you better not laugh, man, this ain't no joke. You can't let go. You can't let go. Yeah, that's the vibe right there.
Sick. There you go. It doesn't get any more exclusive than that. Big up for that, man. I think the listeners enjoy that one.
Yes, brother. You don't know, yeah, man.
Sick,
But that's what you're talking about. When you follow that, whatever it is that's leading you in that way, you get your best stuff. That's just how it is.
Absolutely, yeah. Like, you can't force the sauce, I like to say, as one of my...
No, bro, you can't. It comes out all fuddled dull. It doesn't come out right, man.
No, absolutely, yeah. You've got to go with the vibe at the time. Like, so it's the same like when you try and produce multiple genres. Sometimes, like, I like to produce reggae. It's my love. So I'll try and produce reggae, but sometimes you can't because you end up producing rap, or sometimes it's the opposite. It just happens. You go with the vibe. But like you say, that's the best way to do it.
Absolutely, that's what it is. And that ties back into the question earlier about how to feel. And so that's how the finished product, in my mind, music is supposed to move the audience.
Yeah.
And so in my mind, that's how I move you. It's I transpire you into a place.
Yeah, definitely.
You know what I mean?
No, we can
so
feel
basically, I'm saying, come on, let me take you there. You know what I mean? That's what it is.
Absolutely, absolutely. So how long have you been doing music for then? Is this something you've been doing a long time, is it?
Commercially, I started really getting serious about it about 2004. By 2006, I was like, yes, I'm going to do this. But I was born with it. I'm one of those kids that sang in the church choir. It's a hand-me-down talent.
Yeah.
So it came down through my mother's bloodline.
Sick,
okay?
sick.
All the way down to the next generation, because I've got a daughter in college, and she's studying voice.
Yeah.
So, you understand what I'm saying?
Nice,
I
nice.
can tell you this is authentic. It's not something that, it's just there, bro.
Yeah, definitely. And it's nice, though, that you've got that experience and knowledge now to pass down to your daughter and, nurture her in the right way.
Yes,
So,
yes,
big up for
yes.
that.
It's a beautiful thing, man. I can't wait for that day because I've got I've got kids that can sing. I can't wait for the day when the whole family is on the stage, bro. It's amazing. But, you know, here's something that you brought up, because since we're just having a chat, it's not only about questions, it's about me and my life and how it connects to music and stuff. I'm hoping I can take the audacity to just make this point, right? Because it's
absolutely.
important for the young generation, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Music, if you want it to feed you, then it's a business. Don't kid yourself. It's a business. Now, if you're going to sell oranges or the newspaper or whatever it is, you need to know about what it is that you're selling. You don't need to necessarily know what's in the newspaper, but if you're going to go sell newspaper inside of an existing newspaper stand, think about what I'm saying. You know what I mean? So you got to know what it is you're doing. So with me personally, and I'm hoping that whomever is listening to me thinking, you know, of their kids and whatever, and who's got a talent and who identifies the talent as a father to another father or even to a young person coming up, master your craft. That's the first thing that you need to understand. Yeah. And you need to, if that's the case, know that you need to master the business of music. So focus on your schooling. You're 12 years old, you find yourself, you got a talent, hey, it's all good. But money's a commodity. When money starts falling into your hand and you don't know how to handle that, by the time you're 30, you're broke. Understand what I'm saying? I'm talking not only to portrays right now, I'm talking to the world. Focus on getting an education. That's what I did. And that's what I'm doing for mine. Get an education first. When you have your education, then you can dictate how your business will run, because you know how to run a business. When you're done, it ain't gonna work. All who gonna hate me for this part, let them hate. But that's just the way it is, man.
No, man, that's some wise words there, some wisdom from the man himself. So it's nice. It's nice to get that message out. That's what we're all about. We're trying to inspire the youth. You know, it's the same. Obviously, anywhere you go now, you've got different things like going on in the streets, and that attract these youths. You know, bad things, and so it's nice to get these messages out to let these people know with these talents that they're not alone. Just go for it, you know. But obviously, get your education as well. You know, you've got to stick in. You've got to work hard. It won't all just come to you. So it's a good message to have.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man, and that's why I wanted to just take that few seconds right there, few precious seconds, and say it, because you know something? I think it's my moral obligation, okay, to see to it that I give the best of me for the rest of humanity. You understand what I'm saying?
That's your legacy.
Because I believe that inside of myself, it's always going to come out.
Yeah. Absolutely, no, that definitely, that's nice to hear. So, that's leaving your legacy. That's how you want to be looked at. It was one of the questions actually I had in mind to ask you. Is look, if you were to look back and you've probably got your idols, or you listen to in the reggae world and stuff like that, and you might have what you think about them. Like, if they were to leave a book at the end of the day, or a drawing board, what would be under their name? And maybe that's your legacy. What will be under your name when you finish and you retire one day?
Which is a great legacy in my mind.
Absolutely.
If it is such that I will be remembered not only for a song, but if that I did my best for my fellow human being, man, let me tell you something. I can leave my stamp, which is my last name, anywhere, brother.
And that's what it's all about.
That's what I'm looking at. Yep. You hit the nail on the head again, man. You got it. As a matter of fact, I want to tell you something about you guys.
Yeah.
This is the first approach in this manner. When this interview came up,
yeah.
Okay? Just like any other interview, okay, put the dates in your calendar, make sure you leave the space, A, B, C, D, E, F, G as it relates to that. And then, bam, I see something. I saw a write-up that came from CUSH UK, and I was like, whoa. These people take what they're doing super seriously. And right there and then, the respect that I had just for you giving me a platform in a moment went straight through the roof. Because of how it's being done. So I got to represent, because now, regardless of whatever, because my voice is on this radio station, now I'm a part of the CUSH family. So you know what that means? 100%. I got to represent for you and for everybody else in that family. You get what I'm saying?
100%.
So that legacy, exactly, that's how it works. So if that is what my legacy is going to be, man, let me tell you, when I'm old and gray and kicking back and I can't even get out of the rocking chair myself, okay, I'll be a proud and smiling man, brother.
Yes, big up for that, man. No, big up, that's nice. And just as we're touching on that there, you mentioned the write-ups. I just want to shout out Jake Emery. He's our guy who does them. Now, Jake's actually young himself, and he's at university in Manchester doing his thing. So as we were just touching on there, inspiring the youths while they're still educating, but they're making a difference. And Jake's a big part of that. He handles all that website himself. Does all them write-ups himself.
Yeah, so big up, Jake. Great job, man. Because I read that thing and I was like, oh, wow, I couldn't have said it better myself, and I'm the one that walked the walk. So it's like, it was great. It was beautiful. And you know something, bro? Let me tell you, it's amazing that you even said that in that way, because you see that song I sang for you earlier?
Yeah.
The last verse in that song goes like this. Okay? You're not going to believe what's about to happen to you right now. Okay? It goes, this is the never-ending story of our life. There will never be peace without equal rights. You got to teach the youth the mountain air. Lead by example and be positive. The same youth kill you, then run, but fugitive. You hear what I just said to you, man?
Yeah, man, you got to inspire the youth.
You hear me? Stay there and think that if you do not guide them and show them the right way, you're going to have it easy. Because they're going to think that you're the one that blocked their shine and they're going to come take what you got. That might be your life.
Absolutely, yeah, absolutely. Like I'm getting on myself a little bit now. I've been around this game myself, so like that's my intentions now, is to obviously help with CUSH, to help leave that legacy ourselves. So we're on the same wavelength there, which is really good, which is really sick. So
Great
yeah,
platform, man. That's amazing. Yeah.
Big up, man. Shouts for that. So back to your music. Have you got anything out now? How can people find your music? Is there anything out there, Spotify and that?
Yes, I've got music on every digital platform that exists. Okay, and I have a new album. I released this album in December 10th, and I did a cover album, right? And the thing about these cover songs is that you've never heard them like this before, because even though I covered the lyrics, that's the only thing that I covered. The style is mine, and so when you hear it, you're gonna hear DeVaré, regardless. Even if you've heard the song a million times, you never heard it like this.
Yes.
Case in point, and you're probably gonna get the song to play on your station, right? I covered Little Green Apples. That was huge for Dennis Brown. But I didn't cover it like Dennis Brown, and I don't sound like Dennis Brown.
No, put the DeVaré thing. Yeah, I get that.
Put my signature on it. So yeah, that's the latest project that came out. And I've got a few singles here and there in between. And I've got another album that was out in 2016. It's an EP though. It's a six-song EP. So I've got about 18 to 20 songs, something like that. That's how big my catalog is at this time, yeah.
Wow, so you've been putting the graft in?
Yes, man.
Always non-stop in it.
Yes. You know, the other thing about it is that life happens like right now with the pandemic, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And in the earlier part, it was the recession that kind of derailed everything. As a matter of fact, it changed the music business so much that when we reemerged from the recession, music stopped selling as a song itself. Yeah. Pretty much everybody can download every song now from some place or the other. So music stopped selling in the sense that don't make records thinking that you're going to sell 5 million copies. It's not going to happen. No, you know what I mean? Unless you got like one of them big, huge, massive companies behind you, and even still then, you know, nobody's talking about going platinum anymore. You know, so that was one of the little things that happened along the journey, which goes to show you why it's important about what I said earlier, because if you got nothing to fall back on, man, you could starve.
Absolutely, no, definitely. That's it. So that's why anyone listening, any youngsters out there, stick in. I know it's a hard time at the moment with the pandemic, but keep working. And
yes,
that's what it's all about, putting the graft in. Everybody who made it to the top, they never really got there easy. They always grafted to get there.
Yes. You got to lay that foundation. Nobody puts the roof on before they put the foundation in.
Absolutely, and being a builder myself, I get that one quite a lot. So.
You like that one, huh?
I like that one. That was a good one.
Yeah, man.
But yeah, obviously I'd love to sit here and chat to you all night, but it's been real good. I'd love to obviously keep in touch, and we'll speak again at some point. But yeah, big up for coming on the show. It's been real nice.
Let me tell you, you talk of it in this way, but let me just run this by you real quick. You just opened the door. That means you see the moment my feet lands in London, you're going to know.
Yes.
And I'm going to be on that show bigging you up right there in front of your face, brother.
Yeah, man.
You know what I'm saying?
Do it.
I'm looking forward to it, man.
Yeah, definitely. Me too. I mean, before we did the radio station, we did live events and stuff, and we had a festival and everything in the planning. So obviously, if you're ever over in the UK looking for gigs after all this is over, get in touch and we'll sort some out.
Absolutely, we'll get it, man. We'll get it right. I love the vibe. You know what's funny about the human, the human connection? You can feel a vibe, whether it's positive or negative. You'll feel it and you'll know.
Yeah, definitely.
Understand?
No, 100%.
And this is a positive vibe. Hey,
yes,
guess what, Pod?
Yeah.
You know that Funja missed a good one, right? You know we're going to get him, right?
Oh, we're going to get him. Sick.
Oh, yeah, man.
So we're going to actually play one of yours next. I'm Only Human, it's called. Is there a story behind this or anything?
Well, actually, it's a cover song. And the funniest thing about that song is that when I first heard it in the 80s, like 89, 88, whenever it came out, it appealed to me as a human being that regardless of whom you think you are, at the end of the day, your eyes are in the same place, so is your neck, your hands, and your back. We're all human beings first before we're anything else.
Yeah.
And I've always said to myself, if I ever get the opportunity, I want to sing this song in my own way. And so I did it.
So you did it.
And that, for me, is an achievement. You know, you're talking about, 30 years later, and I can take a song like that because it has so much appeal and it means so much and make it my own. So, yeah. that was like what you would say, the completion of a journey then.
Nice. So would you like to introduce this one then to our listeners?
Yes, I would love to tell everyone that regardless of what your achievements are, regardless of how big you think you are, don't you ever forget that a bellyache puts us all in the fetal position and whining like a baby. So, don't forget, you're only human. Respect each other. Enjoy.
Sensitive, that's what I am. Make no mistake about it. The little things certainly mean so much to me. Maybe I should tell you I have my faults, and there are no guarantees. Oh, baby, can't you see? I'm only human. Don't ask me for too much, too fast. I'm only human. I'll be so very careful not to hurt you. Emotional, that's what I am. Feelings run deep inside me. I trust my heart, and usually it never lets me down. Every now and then I guess I lose my way, like people often do. But that just goes to prove I'm only human. Don't ask me for too much, too fast. I'm only human. I'll be so very careful not to hurt you. You know I love you. That's easy to see that I do, and I'll always be the best I can. But girl, I'm just a man. So darling, please be patient. If we both agree, we'll make changes as we go. But I just want you to know I'm only human. Don't ask me for too much, too fast. I'm only human.
That's DeVaré. I hope you enjoyed that interview. I know I did. He's a real nice guy. And he had a real nice message.